So how would you advise first steps for a family?
I think the first step is to call me. No, I'm just kidding.
Hi everyone, you're watching The Light of Care, the podcast about our company, FirstLight Home Care of San Francisco and the Peninsula. Our goal is to provide comfort, company, and respite care to elders in need. This podcast aims to educate seniors and their families about the resources and support available to help them live well and age with confidence. I'm your host, Lynn Carteris, and today I'm here with Mary Ann Parantar. She is the CEO and founder of SafeSeniors Placement Agency. Their team of experts help families every day navigate the process of choosing the right care home, assisted living, or senior community. Welcome to the show, Mary Ann.
Thank you for having me.
Can you please tell me a little bit about you?
Sure. I actually came from the world of finance. I did that for about 10 years before I made a switch to senior living. Finance was all I ever knew, and it was a career that provided for me and my daughter. But I've always thought that it wasn't my true calling. So when my dad passed away, I had a sudden realization. It's almost like a light bulb switched in my head. And that's when I realized that life is really too short to be doing anything less than what you're truly passionate about.
I love it.
And so that's when I took a leap of faith, left my corporate financing world, and that's when I discovered senior living. And I completely fell in love with it, and the rest is kind of history.
Excellent. What led you to work in senior placement, and what inspired founding of SafeSeniors Placement Agency?
Yeah, I was a marketing sales director for a community. We worked a lot with senior placement, so I've always been intrigued or interested on how it works. And I think it's all about the timing as well. My partner in life, who's also my business partner, Serge Carouge, he was a professional basketball player, and he was retiring. So one night we had a heart-to-heart conversation about what path we want to take as far as our career. That's when I presented the idea of senior placement. And let me mind you, he does not know anything about the senior living industry other than he knows that I love what I did. So I will never forget that night, in his exact words, he said, if this is your vision and only you can see it, and as your partner, I am here to support you 100%. Because he believed in me, and I didn't want to let him down, of course. I worked very hard to get our business up and running, and now we are a team of 4, and we expanded in all of the Bay Area.
Now on to the business. What does a senior placement agency do? And how do you help families pick the right community or care home? Like, how do you work that out?
As a senior placement, we help families navigate through the process of finding senior living options, and the way we do that is by sitting down with the families or their loved ones. We really take the time to fully understand the capacity of the situation, the level of care, what's important to them, what's their requirements. And based off of our conversation or a discovery call, we create a personalized recommendations. And we always take into account the location, the budget, and the level of care that's required in order to make sure that they feel confident with their decision.
What sets you apart from all the other placement agencies?
When it comes to our clients, we really put them above all else, right? We hold their hands the entire process. They are informed and confident in all of their decision. And we make it a goal to make sure that it is a smooth transition. The other part of that is we truly value our partners. All of our mutual clients, we want to make sure that they can trust us with handling the placement part of it. We over communicate in every step of the process. We inform all the parties involved so they never have to text us or call us and say, where are we at with this patient? We take the initiative to let them know in every step of the way.
How about a success story?
I had a client, let's call her Tiffany. She was people said she was a mean lady, didn't want anybody to help her. She was at a skilled nursing facility, but I felt that she was just misunderstood. I would say the first day, it was not a successful one. She did not want to talk to me, but before I left, I said, hey, I have one question for you, and I'm out of your way, right? and I said, what's your favorite flowers? And she said, red roses. And I said, okay. Went back the next day, brought her red roses. And then from there, I learned about her story, her family dynamic. I learned that her family or her children never visited her skilled nursing facility. And all of that, it's very hard for her at that moment. And for me to just sit down and listen to her and really truly understand her, and I gained her trust. And until this day, she calls me, and every time I'm in her facility, I make sure I knocked on her door and I said, hey, do you remember me? And this was a couple of years ago. And she knows my first name and my last name. She said, you're the lady that helped me find this place.
Oh, that's sweet.
And when I placed her, she was actually under hospice, and she graduated, and now she's up and walking and thriving, and there's no greater feeling than seeing that.
So how would you advise first steps for a family?
I think the first step would be to observe their loved ones, especially if they are living at home independently, and to see and observe and to see if they are starting to notice any changes in their condition. And the moment they start noticing that, I think would be the best time to bring in a professional, depending on what their goals are, and create a plan for them.
Once you've gotten past step one, gone through the process that you just discussed, what do you do to support the families after the placement process?
Throughout the entire process of helping the families and their loved ones, I never stop holding their hands from point A to point B. I never considered this job as a 9-to-5. We never truly clock out. And I think it's as simple as picking up a phone call in the middle of the night when they're crying, because they are very vulnerable, right? They can't think right. And being emotionally available for them, besides helping them throughout the entire process. And even after placement, we do reach out 1 month after or in between, depending of if there's any other logistics that we have to help them with. But we always check in to see how they're doing, if they're happy with their decision, and if there's anything else that can help with them. And every phone call or every meeting that I have with families and their loved ones, I always make sure that they know that I'm here 24/7. It doesn't matter what time of the day. I'm only a phone call away.
What do you do to help them if they're not happy with the choice they made?
I have to identify why, right? Yeah. And if they're not, and it happens, right? And I ask the right questions. Why aren't you happy? What do you not like? What are you now realizing that's important to you? And from there, I ask them, do you want me to find a different place based off of your needs now? And then from there, we create a plan, and we kind of start over, but now he or she has an understanding of what they want. And of course, I'm 100% there to support them.
How can listeners and viewers get a hold of you?
We are in all of the social media platforms. We are on LinkedIn, we are on Instagram, Facebook, Nextdoor, Alignable. All of the social media platforms. You can also Google search SafeSeniors Placement Agency. We will be the first one to pop up. And if you go onto our website, all of our contact information will be on there.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Really appreciate you being here. We've got more interviews on the way. For now, a huge thank you for all my team involved in bringing this podcast to life. For more information, check out our website at FirstLightHomeCare.com and follow us on social media pages. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
That's okay. So smooth. That's so smooth.
Okay, I just came as my own self, you know?